So it looks like Binance may be in a little kerfuffle. They may be in trouble once again, right? CZ is in the news again as well, and it's a negative situation. Let's go ahead and talk about it. All right. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Welcome to the show. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any uploads, guys. Share the content. We are looking at a very sobering situation here that we see developing, not only with CZ, but with Binance once again. Now, I was reading something a couple of weeks ago that was basically saying that they wanted a refund from all the monies from the actual prior engagements with the law with the DOJ. And I'm talking about when he went to jail prior, right? For the anti-money laundering violations, $4 billion was paid to the government, to United States government, all right, to the Treasury. And I actually read something that they were trying to claw that back. They wanted a refund. I digress from that, but this is a whole nother situation here. This is quite fresh. And let's read this headline. Binance founder CZ is now accused of helping to send money to Hamas. This can be really bad for the market. What is really going on here? And this is what YMRX has posted. I saw this post, right? And I'm like, okay, is this true? Is this true? Can I trust this? So obviously I went and did some research, and we're going to get into a video that's going to kind of sum up what has been going on. This is going to take us down memory lane, and then we'll talk about what we have going on here, because this right here could be possibly something that could actually break Binance. This civil lawsuit is going to be huge if it actually runs its course. All right, so let's get into this video. All right, so we're going to be going all the way back to the actual premise of this particular civil lawsuit. What actually happened? There's going to be some things that you remember that is going to be in this video that actually occurred, but this is the actual result of what we're about to watch here. Let's go.
This morning, another major blow to the cryptocurrency industry as the leader of the world's largest crypto exchange pleads guilty to multiple U.S. violations, including money laundering.
To see the CEO step down and the company and the CEO charged criminally is a very big deal.
Crypto is digital currency exchanged through computer networks without relying on banks. In this case, the feds accuse Binance and its CEO, Changpeng Zhao, of processing more than 100,000 transactions by child abusers, cyber criminals, and even terrorists, including Hamas.
It's very likely that, crypto, was used and funded Hamas, and they used some of that money to perpetrate the attacks.
Binance is also accused of profiting off transactions with sanctioned countries, including Iran.
These laws ensure that our financial institutions are not available to designated terrorist organizations.
Zhao has agreed to pay more than $4 billion in fines and step down as CEO. And Binance will no longer do business within the U.S. It comes just months after the collapse of Binance's former rival, FTX, whose founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, was convicted of fraud and stealing $10 billion. These scandals rocking the crypto world, but many experts believe the industry will get back on its feet.
Now, and it did, we've seen a recovery. We're looking at a recovery right now, right? From that particular catastrophic event. The FTX thing was pretty crazy. But again, we're going down memory lane. This is how it started. Now, SBF and CZ, they were actually fighting with each other on X prior to SBF's actual him entering jail, essentially, which he's still in jail right now, and he's fighting for a pardon as well. But I gotta tell you, the $4.3 billion that was already paid, Binance is actually seeking a refund for this, quietly trying to actually push this to President Trump. And I believe if he even entertains that, I don't think that's some like third rail stuff for him. I don't think he should touch it, right? It'd be very electrifying for his situation. I wouldn't touch that. But I digress from that. This, let's go and continue this, and I'll give you my take on what's really going to happen here.
There's also a lot of good people in the industry who are trying to turn the page and move on.
U.S. customers who had money in Binance will have to wait for a lawsuit to be resolved to see what happens to their assets.
All right, so we'll start right there. Now, I want to draw your attention back to what I was talking about earlier. In this particular case, obviously, this is going to be a very strange event going forward. And if it's a civil lawsuit, guys, this is not a criminal situation. So I'm seeing a lot of posting on X that's basically stating that he's back into some sort of criminal trouble again. I doubt if this guy goes to jail. This is a civil situation. This is all about money, right? And we're talking about a lot of money. They already paid over $4 billion to the DOJ, to the Treasury, for the previous situation that CZ got a pardon for. Now, CZ was a part of the institution when this was taking place with the Hamas and with the actual. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to read this. And actually, let me pivot to this article here. Let me pivot to this article. And I want to read you this because this was in 2017, actually. This goes way back to 2017, all the way up to this point. And then you have the civil lawsuit that's actually going to go through here. This is very interesting because for years, Binance, and this is a quote from the actual statements here. For years, Binance remained willfully blind to the use of its platform by illicit actors, including terrorists. By failing to do so and provide due diligence on a vast majority of its users prior to 2021. This is what the lawsuit has said. The lawsuit also added, and mind you, they're basically saying that they were complicit. They're basically saying that Binance CZ, they turned a blind eye and actually gave these particular terrorist groups these financial tools to move these particular finances to and from. And a lot of the victims are basically saying this is what helped these terrorist groups actually do what they did efficiently because they were well financed. And the bridge was Binance. It made it very easy. And they're saying that Binance essentially, and I'll move back to the closing points, turned a willful blinding eye towards the situation, turned their back, and allowed for all this activity to actually take place. This is very damaging, and these particular allegations could be very catastrophic, not only for Binance, which is the largest institution when it comes to cryptocurrency exchanges by volume across the board. If this thing caves, if this particular civil lawsuit is so enormous that it actually causes Binance to collapse, that can cause an implosion, guys. Now, there are a lot of other exchanges that can take its place. I believe Coinbase could easily assume the position, along with Kraken, along with others as well, Crypto.com, things of that nature. But the short-term pain would be catastrophic. What do you think? Let me know, and we'll see you on the next video.